Good afternoon, colleagues. In this video, we discuss custom columns in Microsoft Planner. So, in Microsoft Planner, you can create and use your own columns to describe tasks and sort them. This makes it easy to analyze a large number of tasks and implement your management methods and approaches. For example, you can create a column that describes different types of tasks, or tasks that use specific resources, and much more. So, colleagues, let's now see how to create our own column in Microsoft Planner. To do this, we open our project, go to the grid view, and then click on the Add Column link. A list of all system columns opens. We can add any system column or create our own. We click on this link, and a window opens. The first thing we need to do is select the type. The most common type is text. You can enter any information in a text column. If you select the date type, you must only enter information with a specific date. Number is only a specific number, no dates, no text. The next type is logical. We can only enter yes or no. And the last type is the choice type. We determine what values will be in this column, and only these values can be entered into this column. This is the simplest type. We select text and give the column a name. Let's use this simple name, new. Then we enter the information. We can enter any information. It can be text, numbers, dates, and so on. We enter the information. It is possible to copy information, select it, and transfer it to other tasks in our project. As you can see, everything is quite easy and convenient. To edit the name or delete a column, click on this link and select Edit. Here we can change the name of the column or delete it. A confirmation will appear. Yes, we want to delete this column. If we select another type, for example, we want to select a date column. We also give it a name and create it. After that, a column is created again, but you cannot specify text here because the system will say that in this case we have an error. We must select only the date. But we have the opportunity to use this wonderful tool and select the date for our column, which is very, very convenient. We can also hide or delete it. Please note that we cannot change the type for this column. To create another column, click on the link. Let's choose, for example, logical. Let's give it a different name, like this. And as you can see, the system offers me a column with a ready-made set of values. The values are either yes or no. I can only select these values, which is quite convenient. Certain errors, are already excluded. Now let's see how to add a numeric column. That is, a column that will contain numeric values. These can be any parameters, your priority assessment, or the iteration number, or, for example, the cost of implementing each project task. To do this, we select a column. We create a new column. Select the numeric type. Next, we must choose which formula to use for the total tasks. Since the values for the total tasks are not entered, they are selected. Either we do not calculate the values, the maximum, minimum, total value, or the average. Since we want to calculate the costs, we should, of course, choose the sum. Next, we give our column a name and click Create. The column has been created. And now we can enter different values. The system will calculate how much it costs to implement the total task based on the costs of each project task. This is what the column looks like. It is very convenient to use. The last type of columns that we can use to describe our project tasks are columns with a limited set of values. For example, you might want to describe the different types of tasks that are implemented in your project, and then use filters to select certain types and analyze them separately. To do this, click Add Column, Create New Column. Select the type choice, then give it a name. Let's call it task type. Next, define any type, type 1. These could be construction tasks, architectural tasks, or marketing tasks. In other words, you define different types of tasks and then use them for analysis. We have defined a list of types. If you only use to types, yes, only to values, you can delete one if you need to add another. Click Add Selection and add another type. In addition, you can change the color. This is very convenient. Select any color. This will allow you to highlight tasks of different types with different selections in the future. After that, click on the Create button. So, we have created a new column. And here we can already select which type each task belongs to. Even for summary tasks, there is an option to add a new type, which is very convenient and effective. In the future, using various filters, we can select tasks of different types or with different values in our custom columns. Colleagues, if you have any questions about creating columns, or if you have additional questions about working with project management information systems, below the video, there is a link to the website where you can contact me or my managers. We can arrange individual or group meetings, consultations, and training sessions. We will help you develop your corporate project management system. Let's continue with a few words about editing or adding values to your custom fields. To add or change a value, you don't have to go to the grid view and add fields to the list. You can click to open a window with a detailed description of the task, scroll down, and, as you can see, there is a separate block for editing and adding values to your fields. We enter a new value or change the value and close the window. As you can see, the values have changed automatically, which is very convenient. Now let's see how we can use our custom fields when working with filters. Click on the Filters link, a window will open, and at the bottom there are 3 additional filter groups created by the system to work with our custom fields. Please note that filter groups are not created for all field types. These are date fields, type fields, and logically, where there are 2 values, yes, no, and fields with a limited set of values. Let's start with date fields. As you can see, filters have already been created. We can use them right away without having to configure anything. We just select different filters from the list. For example, we can select all tasks that do not have date values. We would like to specify an additional value. We selected the No Date filter, and now we have selected all tasks that do not have values in this field. In addition, we can select all future tasks. We can select all tasks for the following week. Here, the system has added tasks, not only those that are relevant in this column, but also those that are relevant, and these are tasks for the coming week. If we want to see only the tasks for the following week, we uncheck the previous filters and view only the tasks for the following week. Please note that the systems display not only the tasks but also the total task here, in this view, so that we understand which group of tasks our tasks for next week belong to. We can select this week's tasks. And the system adds, here's a very important point, it adds tasks to the list. And we can remove next week's tasks, view only this week's tasks, which is very convenient. Let's view the other filters. Yes, tasks from previous periods are not shown here. Why? Because no values are specified for them in the new column. Well, we can view the tasks for the current week and the next week. How do you remove the filter? You can simply uncheck the box or click Clear All at the top. There are only 2 filters for the column with conditions. Filter by value, yes. We only have 2 tasks with a value of yes and with a value of no. All tasks are selected here. Remove the value, Yes. Here you go, only the value is no. And the last type is when we can select tasks of a certain type. Let's remove all filters completely. Here are tasks of a certain type. For example, all tasks of type 1, all tasks of type 2, that is, both the first and second types. By the way, we can immediately see this by selecting the first item, where we have not set any types. You see, I selected the first item, and we have selected all the usual tasks, not the summary ones. Yes, we are working with regular tasks in these filters, where we have not set any types. In addition, we can use several filters from different groups at the same time. That is, I can select, for example, all tasks of type 2, while making sure that these tasks are implemented this week. I set a filter by week. All tasks that do not match both filters are removed immediately. If you use a filter from two different columns, the exclusion rule applies here. That is, we only see those tasks that match both the first and second rules. Unlike filters that work for a single column, where values are added, if you look at different columns, the values are removed. It's a pretty interesting tool. I think you'll find it useful. That's all. Have a nice day and good luck with your projects. Goodbye.